teammate, you have to call down for that.
You guys mentioned Brood. Is this a
Brood?
crazy Brood game? No.
Don't think so.
Oh! Whoa! First time, I believe, at the Shanghai Major. Mr. Terrorblade is not in the hands of Envy.
That is actually very
There's no Zeus, there's no Elder Titans.
That's very peculiar because like I have not really seen them run this hero ever, but judging by the situation that he is picked in, the enemy doesn't really have a lot of D push, but they have very strong lanes, so and a lot of
start for the Tide, but finally level 2. Meanwhile, bottom Misery has been hex stunned as well. Crit coming through with the fissure, likely to be the first blood here, bottom, and it's been 2 secret first bloods up until now, but this time it's OG who strikes. That's what green. It sounds kind of painful, potentially. Mid lane, they're making the move. The banish coming through. They should be getting the tether, so you're on to no-tail. Heal bomb out as well. Bruno Rise tries to turn. He's only level 4. They can stun Weehaw, but he's not quite under tower. And Weehaw might look for a bit more. Hex from Fly. Weehaw chasing forward. They have the Grave available. That was a dangerous moment for OG. Could have hemorrhaged.
Comes in and you've got yourself a kill, which is why he brings the clarity to himself, fixes his problem.
He's the one who's going to get ganked out. Fly comes from the rear. They spring the trap. Quick with a beautiful fissure. Cuts off the retreat. Misery getting pounded by Miracle. The last hit will go the way of the Terrorblade. So another kill for him.
Even this mid-tower push, which is kind of reacting to what's happening on OG to defend.
Ravage coming through. Connects on Highlight. I also pitch out Envy. OG. Okay, grab there. No-tail still stealing damage through this. He's already up to 150 and rising. Envy's going to go down. No running on the Weehaw. Might get the kill there too. Weehaw survives. Left to tell the tale. The Grave for Envy. Keeping him in fighting shape. They gust him back. Secret with the huge turnaround. Then the roar committed. Down goes the Tide Hunter. No help in sight for Miracle. He's busy pushing at the bottom lane. And after grabbing the tier 1, he'll march onwards to the tier 2. Through these, they're going to lead with the Terrorblade illusion. Maybe trying to bait something out. Pylite dies, scouting out in front of the tower. Probably calling out that there's something a little bit odd going on here, and they are going to make their move. Miracle, the man in front, immediately metamorphs in vision of Secret, is going to slow down Misery. But again, it looks like, well, they might just have to settle for a simpler kill here. Pilot Eye going for the tether out and Fly says, hell no. Drops the finger, gets the kill, then Crit comes in. Big echo on the 2, but not enough to finish the job just yet. The Ravage as well follows from Moon. What they lack, he goes up making a 14 fight. OG will end up getting 3 kills here, only losing the Razor, barely surviving on just a trickle of HP as Crit. And that is a 2,000 gold swing.
Don't have the ability to also chase down Wii, and he gets the blink escape, but a very good fight for OG.
And it does highlight that Secret, not the best team fight lineup. They're more reliant on the counterplays here as top lane. Fly gonna get caught out, relocate forward from Highlight Eye. The Hex comes through, but no, does pop the stick. He's gonna be heading back fairly soon here. Has the TP. Will he make it out in time? Weehaw blinking forward, and he actually blinks past him, but he just he's so fast.
The tether relocate or the Grave. Having a Blink Dagger on a line, he can try and find and isolate heroes like Dazzle, like the IO.
And bottom lane, they have found Misery here. Miracle moving on to him, has no teleport available for 6 seconds with Crit hunting him down. Relocate offline. It's going to be extremely tough for Misery to make it out of this one, but he puts on his Nikes, he's juicing away. Crit gets forward, he might go down to the Necrobook here. Misery somehow eking a kill out of a horrible situation. Oh, it's still a costly death on the Beastmaster, but he makes it better than nothing.
Come and get a ward down Wild Smoke, something OG are not aware of. This sees all of the OG heroes.
OG has a BKB, could be a disastrous time to go if OG move in too far. But they're already late.
It's like what Pub 2 to greet people is just sit in the jungle with Axe Maelstrom and come out with like triple Maelstrom or something.
They're moving in, no enemy with the BKB dots there on the Echo. This is going to be a hard fight for OG. He goes on to no-tail, just crushes his way through the Maelstrom lost the line. Now Food's on the run. Shaker's going to get finished off in one fell swoop. The big team fight that we mentioned, but it goes entirely the way of Secret. 4 down. Well, they got Terrorblade, but forget about the items, just the reaction speed there on Envy. We saw earlier from Weehaw on the OD. We see it again here now for him on the Drow. If he doesn't get that BKB off, this is a very different game.
It's very much in the game, but how do they win this game? And that's a difficult question to answer when Secret have 2 very farm forwards that match up well against Terrorblade in the late game. And
Dire vision, it looks like. Don't think anyone got scouted.
They see him.
Envy's in a great position. They blink X on the low ground. Surprise on Envy. Echo there as well. They're going to shut the Pleasant Field. Fissures there. Perfect chain stun. OG. grabbing a big kill. They back off to the base, and they waste some precious Aegis time. But mid lane, Weeha's jumped in, he's unloaded the Hex here on the fly. Sheepa's going to come out, trying to mitigate that damage, but Weeha far too big. Already 15 stolen in. They tether forward. They're hunting on the Moon. The Moors have isolated him. The Roar comes through as well. Moon gonna immediately cracking it off, but Axis slicing through and chopping up the watermelon into more bite-sized pieces. They get the kill there as well, so it ends up being an overall 2-for-1. Not so good a trade anymore. About how, mid lane, Moon, he's been caught out. This could be disastrous for him. OD ult is available. He's got the Hex ready as well. BKB online too. They blink it, they look for the counterplay here. They Ginger, they Ravage, they throw everything out, and then he gets relocated back out by Pylite. OG blows their load, and now needs to run away quick fashion in a way they match the Vantage one, keeping the Razor locked down. They're gonna finish off Fly. They turn back for No-Tail, running down the Razor. Weeha in heavy pursuit finishes him off as well. The Tide, meanwhile, top lane, they end up dropping to Misery, just hacking away at him slowly but surely, but Miracle arrives, will finish him off. They have fought back on the line, and they hold their own for now. They have a Metamorphosis, but this is gonna be very tough. The Hammer gonna drop, finishing off Fly. The lane's still pushing in, and it's all up to Mr. Miracle without a Ravage to help him out. He slows down Envy, they get the Gush going, but he pops the BKB. He's gonna turn, Mjolnir's there, the debuff, or the buff rather thrown onto him, and meanwhile, top lane getting caved in. OG could be on their last legs here in the upper bracket. Rax dropping, heroes falling everywhere you look. OG is crumbling, 4 dead. It's gonna be all 6 Rax and only Miracle left alive. The team just a bit too heavy in the end. It will end up being a 2-1 for Secret. Some very unorthodox play picks here, but they pulled it out down the stretch.
The desk, we spent a lot, we didn't have much time. The last pick, Terrorblade, we looked at it and we're like, is this really a Terrorblade game? And definitely not is the final verdict. OD destroying the illusions one shot at a time. Even Envy itemizing to help deal with them. At no point, I mean, you can kind of talk about Miracle like, man, he had an incredible game, he got so farmed, he just tried to put his team on his back, but realistically, he didn't actually contribute all that much to this game.